Jennifer Reifenberry, and this is Ray, and she thinks you're evil.
We're here. We made it. We made it.
Hey, good.
Hey,
Oh,
good.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for running
Sorry
this.
for
I don't know
showing
why she
everybody
was
my butt.
growling at the audience.
I know.
Well,
It's okay. They're nice people.
I've met her
Some
already.
of them are patrons.
Yeah.
They pay for your flea meds.
Okay, we're gonna go.
all right. Thank you again.
Bye.
Okay, thanks for the fill-in.
Welcome to the 5th annual.
5th annual.
Oh, you had your drink there, huh? Already. We just came in and it was already
I
ready
know.
for you.
Jen takes care of me, I'm telling you. She's a keeper. Dog's not bad. It can pour.
There's a lot of vodka in this.
There's a lot of bourbon in this.
Isn't it only bourbon?
Mm-hmm.
There's no meta in team. Welcome to the 5th annual Two Bards Holiday Extravaganza.
Yes,
Because we're extravagant, if nothing else.
we are. And look what's back this year. Hats. Discovered in the deep, dark recesses of the basement.
Whose basement, Scott?
Mine.
Who said they were there, Scott?
You did.
I'm a genius. So how's your holiday going?
Holiday's going well.
Well,
Started with Thanksgiving.
that's how they do, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really nice.
I mean, technically they start Halloween, in my opinion, but you know.
Well,
opinion.
I'm condensing. We've had podcasts since Halloween.
Have we?
We've not had. I think we have.
I think we have.
I think we had one somewhere. So yeah, had a nice Thanksgiving. I should look at the camera. That's
Yeah.
what they tell me on the Glow Up,
Oh,
which is a great Netflix British series about makeup artists.
really?
And they say when you do a YouTube, you should always engage with the audience because no one wants to see two people talking together like this.
When you do a YouTube.
So, since this is probably going on the
Oh.
YouTubes.
Did you hear that? I think
I
I hit
did.
the door.
Whoa!
Oh, come on in, fellas.
Hi!
Hi, you buddy.
Hey.
Can't be a,
Thanks so much for having us.
Cool. Have a sit down.
Wonderful.
can't
We're
be a
gonna
Two
have
Bards
ourselves-
podcast holiday special without yours truly, except for last year when it was.
We're gonna have ourselves a hairy little Christmas.
And for never on my part, but I brought my own tea because I
Oh.
thought it'd be festive.
I knew that there was going to be tea for me.
I didn't know Ignatius P. Pendergrass was going to be showing up.
Well, sorry, I was trying to do a bit about the tea.
Yeah.
You were definitely doing a
I
bit.
took it too far.
Tetley?
I took it too far.
Bigelow?
Yeah, a little bit.
Which one?
Ladies and
More Tetley.
gentlemen,
You
if,
went big Bigelow with it.
if
Yeah,
you're
big
not
Bigelow.
if you're not already familiar with Mr. Luke Amundsen, that I'd like
Amundsen?
Amundsen?
Amundsen, but
Amundsen.
close.
Amundsen.
Nobody says it right.
It's the Amundsen brothers.
It's fun.
Including myself. I've known this man for years and years and years. Amundsen, I apologize.
See, I thought it was Amundsen.
You know what's fun here? I actually have a collection from past jobs and schools that have misspelled my name on top of mispronouncing my
Oh,
name.
you do?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do.
Dopperowski.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
spelled like
immediately
it
feel
sounds.
shame. Serious shame.
It's fine. It's fine. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone!
Christmas,
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Time for
Happy
shame.
holidays!
Merry Yule.
Yule.
Happy
You'll be
solstice.
sorry. No, not. You will be.
But I am.
You,
I have
you will
been.
be.
I think every year.
Chris
we do that.
Mahansa Quantico.
Do we?
Possibly.
Probably.
Chris Mahan's a Quantiquanza?
Yeah, that's fair.
Quantico? Uh-oh.
Festivus.
For
It's
the-
the aluminum pole holiday. Or like I like to call
I thought that was Mom's
Viagra.
Wait, what?
There we go.
Festivus.
No, I got that. Where's the aluminum coming in?
Said Viagra.
It's a reflection of the melting point.
It's very hot. It's a very high melting point. That's why we oxidize it.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know anything about chemistry.
Well, thanks for the invitation.
Absolutely.
Whose lovely home are we in right now, James?
I don't know.
Wow. That is
Santa's?
not,
I hope they don't come back.
That is not good news.
It's
Well-
kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears and
Except for there's
Little
4
Red
bears.
Riding Hood and Hansel
Breaking and
Gretel.
entering.
Except there's 4 bears.
4 bears. Other than that,
Well,
exactly the same.
I don't know. Ryan's more of an otter.
Yeah.
3 bears and an otter. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, No,
I could have sworn this is Two Bards, One Mic. I guess I'm on the wrong podcast.
Three Bears and an Otter would be
Two
an
girls,
amazing
one
sitcom.
cup. Two bards,
No.
one
Oh,
mic.
God.
Three bears, one otter.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, yeah.
Have a happy hop.
And
good
we're
night.
out. And hello, Jasmine.
Oh, wait, there's a bat and
That's my
underwear on
little
this
sister.
tree.
She'd appreciate the
There's a
joke.
what?
There's a bat and underwear on this tree.
What?
Yeah, it's right behind your head.
Oh, lovely.
Don't move. We'll have to tell YouTube
Yeah.
that it's parental advisory.
He might be masturbating.
Because they're...
Ooh, right behind me, too. Good old Master Dick.
Oh, ooh.
Grayson.
Dick Grayson? Tony Todd.
What's new, Two Bards? I haven't been on the podcast in a very long time.
Well, I've moved
Yeah.
into this house, apparently.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. The owners are going to be pissed.
Yeah, but...
But, you know, my stuff's here, so what are they going to do?
welcome to the revolution.
You said you wanted one. Well, you know.
See, that's why I've got a hammer on my cup.
The hammer is his
Support
penis.
labor.
Oh.
No, well done.
Was kind of, wasn't it?
No
Anyway.
one's supporting labor these days.
Unfortunately, but I'm holding it in my...
Ouch.
Oh, hold it. Just a second. Speaking of labor. Why
have to
not?
go into
It's
one?
the perfect
Oh,
segue.
I swear to
Oh,
God,
no.
he has a Boris Johnson.
Scott's water is just broken.
Yes. For those of you who don't
It's
know,
close enough.
it's close.
Oh, wow!
Have your Christmas banger.
Crackers!
Oh, this feels...
Oh, thank you.
That is great.
Now, we won't do these right now.
Okay.
But I figured
Oh,
since
I
we were
was
doing
so
the
close.
Brexit,
Okay.
we could do
Yep.
that.
So we're just going to tease
No,
them.
no, no.
Yes.
You can't pull your own cracker.
Yes.
must-
I beg
He'll
to
go
differ.
blind.
No, no, no. You
I
have
beg to
to
differ.
pull a
Well,
fellow's
I
cracker.
would say my eyesight has
All
never
right.
been better, but as I'm wearing glasses now.
You have to pull a fellow's cracker because someone has to win. You can't win yourself. So, however we want to do this,
I think if everyone's pulling my cracker, I've already won.
That's right. That's the name of the game.
I
Sorry,
do what I can. I set him up. That's my part.
knock him down.
And
Thank
I
you very
ignore
much.
them and walk a different way. I'm such...
Because he really wants me to work for it. Don't take the easy fruit.
Let's
Get
fork
the
some
top
boys.
Man, I want to make a like all you can eat vegan diner that's got tiered structure, so you can't take the easy fruit if you want the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's like low hanging fruit.
No, you're gonna eat
It's
a fucking
applesauce in a
platter of.
sieve.
You're gonna eat a platter of Red Delicious.
You want that durian, you need to work for it, and then you aren't gonna want it because you're gonna taste it.
Yeah.
Had that cosmic apple. Apparently that just came out. You hear about that?
Yeah, how was
I
it?
did. I heard about it on
Amazing.
NPR.
It was, I mean, like, it's an apple, but it's a tasty ass apple. And, like, apparently you can put it in the refrigerator for a year. That is, like,
That better be
remarkable.
one tasty ass apple.
And developed
100
here in
times more
Washington.
tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WSU. Been working on it for 10 years.
Yeah, and the cosmic apple is so named because of the little dots.
Well, it
Give
is
it a
nice to hear that
constellation.
something debuted that was an apple that wasn't a huge disappointment. So, that's
Well, it's
fantastic.
also nice that Washington State
Thank you.
can do something well with an apple that doesn't involve a cup. Because Huskies won, baby.
Also, fuck Microsoft.
Fuck
Because let's just get all in on corporate
no.
branding.
Let's
And
fuck Amazon
cornhole
first.
Amazon.
Oh no!
Fuck Amazon.
Amazon first. Amazon first. Good point. Good. Point.
Amazon.
No.
first.
I'm
And
cornholing
forever.
them. You can fuck Microsoft.
Yeah. Cool.
I
No,
could.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Boy, if we monetized, we would so be not paying rent. this
Ryan,
month.
you get Facebook.
Hammer.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh, blast.
Yeah. Well, it's
You could have Alphabet.
yeah.
I'm good.
What about Nazi Twitter? You could say fuck Nazi
You
Twitter.
can just say Twitter.
That's true.
You can just say Twitter.
it's-
I wasn't aware that
it's
there was
true.
a different subset of Twitter. There's a Nazi Twitter?
It's
Yes, it's
basically
called
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh.
I was trying to give you distance from taking the full charge on that. But yeah, just Twitter.
Yeah.
Just a sec, you got a little charge on you.
Oh.
Get rid of that.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I feel weird sitting back while they're
I know, it is strange because I'm like,
so
what did you
we
say,
were-
Scott?
We're just cheated. It's fine.
Oh, I know. The
Exactly.
audience will never know. I'm
They-
looking
they
at Luke
will.
right now.
We're
And
exactly-
Luke's looking at me.
We just look
Look at
like
that.
suddenly
That just happened.
6 inches shorter though. But
And
other than
again-
that, yeah, there's no.
Scott might look slimmer, but it's really just forced perspective. It's like we're just larger in the frame, and he looks like a tiny person now.
It's certainly not sustained life choices and dedication to making a change in his life.
Oh,
no, just
no.
camera tricks.
That's it.
Way to minimize. Way to Gandalf
Yeah,
me, Brian.
I'm shooting
Right.
this whole thing in 2.39 by 1, and, but I'm gonna go ahead and master it square pixel so we're all thin
Oh,
for the holidays.
hooray!
I didn't understand that reference, but I still recognize it to have been clever.
It's math.
It's well, I mean, yeah, it's movie math.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem.
Movie math, Jake.
See, that's the problem. I don't know movie math.
One of those things I like.
Magic?
Yeah, magic.
It
Out
is.
of movie math, I like the magic part.
I mean, they really are magic.
It's true.
They're fantastic.
Oh.
How have you been,
I'm not
Goose
sitting on my
guys?
phone. There it is.
I've been great.
You've been great.
Yeah. I have a big thing. that I
Whoa,
wanna
buddy!
share.
All right.
Wow.
Congratulations!
And
Fantastic.
I've
they
been
say
doing
the
just
camera
fine.
adds
Now
10
let me
pounds.
just say, I know a couple of things about this big thing, and let me tell you, it is spectacular. Just my opinion.
You're not wrong. I am going to tell you later, not on air.
Oh.
So we'll just have to. I mean, the folks at home will just have to find out in a different way. But
Feliz NDA.
got some
Feliz in the air.
No, NDA, not in the A.
Oh, NDA. Sorry.
Feliz in the A. Why not?
Hey,
He's got a big thing.
smoke 'em, you got 'em. Sure.
Well, this one off.
Slow
the rails.
unicorn.
But
Don't give it out on the
I'm
internet.
not.
Yes.
You could have said no and shaken your head.
I had let's see, like I had a pretty good year in 2019.
Still a pretty good year.
Still not, yeah, it's not bad.
I Tori Amos song.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with
It's still
his
a
work.
pig, yeah.
I got to be in a thing called Dwight in Shining Armor.
Oh, okay, good. This one has a name, and it's not just a secret.
Yeah, they sent me down to Georgia in order to be a part of that, and I got to guest star in that, and hopefully, at this current time, you don't. Did I?
How am I? No, you didn't.
I've been talking to Andy's ear off about it. I apologize. Okay,
Well, I know about it because I
My
also
ear is
filmed
not
your
attached to
audition,
Andy.
So.
fair enough. Okay, so
Well,
I'll try to make this relatively brief.
Physically.
I was in a movie a couple of years back in 2016 with with Kairos Productions, and I played this Uncle Boone, and then there was a young man, his name Sloan Morgan Siegel, and he
that's
you
his
mean
character
Portal
name or
Runner.
his real name?
Portal Runner.
Alt.
Yeah.
It's
I
now
do.
called Portal Runner because I do the website and you're getting remarketed.
That's good because
Yes, it is.
I
Now
don't
you're
really love
thinking
the
with
name
portals.
Alt, so that's really good. This is the first time I'm hearing it. I like Portal Runner a lot more.
It's
Actually.
I
Portal
really like Alt
Runner.
if it comes
It
before
makes
click.
sense because Alt, I was like, oh, Brian's either doing an alt-right production, can't see that, or a different kind of production that I know that he champions,
Right.
but still can't see him
I'm an
doing.
ally for. So
Yeah.
that's good. Anyway,
So it's Portal
Alt,
Runner.
but it is now called Portal Runner, which is good news for me because I was always in love with the project, never in love with the name Alt. Anyway, so that's great. Sloan Morgan Siegel is the star of that.
Oh, come on, you and Carol are the stars.
Oh no. We
Oh,
no.
It premiered at Gen Con because of you and Carol, not because of
That doesn't
Sloan
mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
McGuffin.
Right.
Half of the fucking like Anthem or Asylum movies have like one big name for 2 seconds. Cameron Mitchell made an entire career out of being the star, but was
Right.
never the star.
Exactly. I think I remember Coolio being in a movie at some point, but didn't mean he was a star of the movie. He was the only one whose name I remember.
Look, Coolio is the star wherever he goes.
That's true.
Never
Just
get that
like
twisted.
Shaq and
Recognized.
Shazam.
Absolutely. Anyway, so that was a thing that happened 2 years ago. Anyway, so this kid who was already in a popular, successful show of his own, something about something on Normal Street. Gilbert Godfrey or Gilbert Sullivan or something sort of. I don't remember the name of it.
I want it to be Gilbert Gottfried on Normal Street.
It's not.
This street is so usual.
But is it?
This is a very strange thing for a movie. There should be something different. This is
Something should
boring
be
for the
happening.
audience.
I just really appreciate this kid who's a
I was
star.
replaced by Alan Tudyk.
He was in something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I should know that. Anyway, so he was already in that show. It lasted about three seasons or so. Now he's in a new
Kind
show.
of like you in a show that lasts 3 seasons or so.
Absolutely.
Journey Quest.
So,
Hey, 3.5.
so close to getting to the story. It's like they're playing a game. I'm on like, who can knock me off the path? I don't know what's going on.
What are you talking about? We're not trying to do that. Welcome to Two Bards One.
What's that? You're trying to tell something? Anyway,
Dodge?
this cat is now in a show called Dwight in Shining Armor, and a while back in 2019, he's said like, "Hey, congratulations on Journey Quest season 4. Making it. I want you to because we have recently done the Kickstarter and we succeeded, so he's
Okay.
congratulating.
Making it is the one thing you
Getting
haven't done
funded.
yet.
And
It will film early next year.
so yeah.
That's going to happen.
Really looking
We're
forward to
poking
that.
fun mainly at Tony Becerra.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen in 2019, but
Please don't stab me, Tony.
Tony, feel free to stab Luke.
I know it's coming.
it's inevitable.
And feel free not to, because Brian is the target.
Always.
He only has one arm.
That's why you guys have me every year.
Well,
Um,
for now. I mean,
So he said,
Until two.
"I want you to come on my show. I want you
He
to
does
be in
not
this
have
part."
enough alcohol for this podcast.
So
He's
anyway, that
still
happened.
on track.
I've been drinking all day.
No.
I'm ready for
Hold
this.
it. He's in a series.
Yeah.
And
It's a Saturday.
They shoot it in Georgia, and yeah,
They shoot everything in Georgia.
Yeah.
And
They're shooting this in Georgia somehow.
I got to be part of 3 episodes in the 4th
3?
season.
There's
Yeah,
a peach.
3. Yeah.
I'm the peach.
And they
Nice.
flew me down
True.
every time, and it was great. They're all wonderful people, and I got to hang out with my friends. Sloan is a really really talented young man, and like it was just so much fun. We get along really well. We had a blast on the set of Portal Runner. Formerly known as Alt or Alt Saga, and we had a blast on the set of this. So it was a really really good time. So that was a lot of fun.
I don't know
I
nothing
took a lot
about
of time in 2019.
what kind of character did you play in
Hold on, I want to get to the important thing.
Dingle Dork?
I don't know much about these movie films. Where can I see this? What was it called? Dwight and Shannon? I assume it's an Office spin-off.
It is not an Office spin-off. No.
Oh.
It is about it's by
Dwight
BYU
Eisenhower?
TV, and you can get that either in the BYU TV app, and you can get it for free that way, or it's available, on the internet. Anyway, you can see it for free. And
Yes, Brigham Young.
yes,
Sit
Brigham
back.
Young University. Yeah.
Have you sit down. Or as I like to call it,
They
Rich
have
College
an app
South.
now.
Yeah.
People, beware. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I know people who would kill to have an app.
The Mormons have always had an app. It's called Ancestry.com. Sit down and let him tell his story.
See what I did there? See what I did there?
Boy, howdy.
I took the Mormon heat.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I know people who would kill for that, I
Oh.
said, I know people who would kill for an app. See?
I like that.
tried to make up for all the shit I gave you earlier. And take Mormon heat.
That's
off of
what you
Brian
were
Lewis.
doing.
I was trying.
There was no Mormon heat. That's
Oh,
fine.
they're come on. They're
Oh yeah, they
dead
immediately
dreads.
hated me. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
The entire
so-
LDS church has excommunicated Brian from ever being
like
resurrected
that by mentioning a
posthumously.
name.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, well, if it's the LDS church, that's a whole different thing, and we're not going to get into that particular nightmare right now.
Now,
but
the
I would just
LSD
like
church.
LSD
another
church.
nightmare, very differently
A
framed.
horse of a different color.
Meth. You're on it.
But I would just like to take the time to carry on with what Scott was suggesting. Brian Lewis is a stand-up guy, and while we give him grief, you should watch his products.
Yeah.
Watch his products. You should help him stand up.
You should also watch his films.
Absolutely,
Oh,
you should.
please.
I don't think anyone
No, any
who's
and all.
watching this has not already, done
That's
so.
probably true.
That's
probably true.
I'm
and
guessing.
if you
They
haven't,
should also see
shame
you
on
live
you.
at most recently Harlequin Productions in a whole fuck ton of things in 2018-19.
Oh,
I thought he meant live the band.
That's another thing that happened in
Brian's
2019.
in live?
Yeah, why not?
You're in live?
I'm in live.
Live.
I'm in live.
How am I? You don't tell me anything anymore.
What am I? I don't even
Oh
know
my
what I'm in
God.
now. What is this that I'm in?
High five, we finally got him.
No, I'm just taking it.
I don't know what we're high-fiving, but yay, fun!
I'm on board.
Sure. Anyway, so that's you can find me there. Let's see. Next year in 2020, should be available in the autumn time because apparently what they do there is they shoot 2 seasons in the same year because they're dealing with children, and so instead of like
You know, that's flippin' smart.
yeah, I thought it was really
we
smart
have
too.
already
That is-
triggered the algorithm. Go nuts. Say fucking. It's fine.
Fuck yes. Goddamn son of a bitch. It's about goddamn fucking time.
YouTube is
Anyway.
garbage.
It's true.
You're watching it now.
Does the
You're
algorithm
watching
see the bird?
You betcha it did, and it just actually censored.
That
it.
wasn't to you, our loyal dozen of fans. That was to YouTube.
That was
the
a Freudian
overlord
flip.
that we have
It was
to
absolutely to you.
get this on.
He's oof. This guy.
I'm frankly amazed that we haven't started ranting about Comcast yet. But
I'm not on Comcast. I'm on Wave's version of Comcast.
oh no, I understand that. I'm just saying conceptually.
Yes, conceptually, I suppose we're all on Comcast.
Yeah.
But you're right. Let's
Thanks,
see.
FCC.
I got to be in a play as well, which is a fun thing. What else have y'all been doing on there in your 2019?
Well, see, we're vamping because we haven't been doing shit, and we just wanted you to fill up the time.
Oh, well, I got a few.
I take that back. We've been doing something.
You've been doing a
True.
podcast.
We've been.
Well, yes, but we've
not
been doing a
don't-
Twitch stream.
Yeah, don't draw attention to that because we have not exactly been
doing it.
doing very well. Yeah.
You have a Twitch stream. Where?
Well, we don't have a Twitch.
Where can you find a
We're
Twitch
on
stream?
Twitch.
It's true.
Yeah, usually there's channels in there though.
Zombie Orpheus's channel.
Twitch.tv/Zombie Orpheus.
It's exactly
Figure it
as he
out.
said while he coughs.
It's spelled just like pretentious.
It's true. Pretentious is spelled in Greek.
It's true.
No, we had a real big run of things this year. Andy, because he's been doing a bunch of other things, hadn't been around for quite a bit, and everybody was delighted to have him back and making
Yes.
uncomfortable sexual jokes
Oh, yes.
constantly.
Now that's not the jokes are about uncomfortable sex.
No,
So-
no. It's just they're uncomfortably timed, which is what makes them
Yes.
so appropriate and slide right in. If you get what I'm doing there.
Wow.
That was another
Slide
one.
right in, you endo.
Indeed.
So yes, I was moving.
Yeah.
And that has now settled. So hold on one second. Hey, Christmas elf, we can hear everything you're doing. So stop.
Yeah.
I hope we got that.
Anyway,
That's the elf.
indeed. So
Shut up, Elf.
hey, Willie.
What is the show called?
It is called Masters of the Metaverse.
Ah, all right.
And this specific piece is called Project Metaverse.
Well, it's funny because it started
It's
off as
funny.
a separate entity and sort of merged with the larger thing. So now it's all sort of one big
Happened.
tangled up bit of nonsense.
Like a metaverse would be.
Exactly.
So
But
the secret is it's been mixed in the whole time.
Christmas miracle. But we had a very sad bit to end the season. One of our longtime associates, who is unfortunately a military wife, and insert monologue about the implicit terror that comes with.
I want
just-
explicit terror.
Okay, so I think it's really fucked up that you have people who are serving our country that have to be moved willy-nilly just
Higgledy-piggledy even.
as a point of process rather than their own choice. uprooting their family, uprooting their lives.
Okay, so they do that on purpose?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes, it's actually a point of protocol. This happens in scheduled sequences.
So that
what
you know
end?
you're still a
It's
product.
called keeping you on your toes.
Yes.
And the enemy confused.
Ooh.
And the enemy doesn't give a shit.
Not at all.
The enemy's made up.
Indeed, especially for the U.S. military complex. But,
This is like Noam Chomsky Christmas right now.
yeah,
Right?
sorry, we just went there.
Just with fewer literary jokes.
Anyway, we're losing this dear friend of ours to bureaucratic bullshit, and that sucks. And it was written into the story in a really elegant way, and I was really, really glad with the way that it was allowed to play out. But I had the weird obligation of crafting a eulogy for a character to try to say goodbye for a time to a friend.
Wow.
So that was a really weird thing that I'd been dealing with for like the last month plus, because I was informed about this fairly early on. So yeah.
That sounds like actually like a really great opportunity to I mean, in my experience, when that happens, when someone leaves a group like that, when you're gaming, they just leave, you know, like, and we're like, you know, no one really does anything about it.
No. It was really delicately handled, and I appreciated the opportunity and the fact that I was allowed to speak on that.
Yeah.
Like I truly appreciated that.
Sure.
But by the same token, while it was cathartic, it was also a big weight because she's a really, really loved character.
Oh.
I mean, particularly within the Project Metaverse universe.
Can we say her name?
Jess Weaver.
Jess Weaver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, Jess.
Who played?
Maddox
Apparently we can say
McPherson.
her name.
Yes,
I
good.
said apparently we can say her name.
Yes.
It's not like Beetle.
No, it's not.
Maybe
It's
can't.
not BG.
Well, it's not like it was a week ago, right? Because,
Yeah.
Right.
because in
Okay.
death, in character death, she has a name,
Right.
Exactly.
and her name is
Okay.
Robert Paulson.
Her name is Robert Paulson.
Her name is Robert Paulson.
Her
She had
name
bitch
is.
No, but legitimately, it's one of those things where within our core group, we were all supposed to be the broken characters. We were all supposed to be the morally.
I just heard a ding I'm going to add in post. I'll be right back.
What?
My wallet is stuck on the chair.
Oh.
This
That'll
whole
be-
thing's falling apart!
That'll be an after post. As will the day.
Oh,
No. There is no after
Oh,
post.
no.
We just continue.
Um,
There's no editing. We pride ourselves on it.
this is the first time we've used these chairs.
Uh-oh.
And they're not sealed. So my wallet wasn't stuck to the chair. My pants were.
Oh.
So that's good. Anyway, I'll be
Hold
right
it.
back.
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
What?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Boo.
So you
What do you
saw
mean
it
there?
here, folks.
There's a he has some residue from.
I know. I can't get out of this chair.
Oh.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, that's gonna be a fun place to spend the holidays.
Well, let me ask you a question
Uh-huh.
of what you can do from that chair.
Well, I am multi-talented, but go ahead.
Do you have a little bourbon?
Do you have a little bourbon?
That's not the appropriate bourbon cup.
No, I know.
Did you leave your already filled?
This is the appropriate bourbon cup.
appropriate.
All right, Brian. I'm
bourbon
not sure
cup?
why you wanted it, but here's your pot brownie.
Oh. Because this is a brownie camera,
And this is a pot.
I believe. Did I?
And
Either
this is
you
marijuana.
or Tiff.
Oh, wait.
One of I have two of them. No, you gave me that. Tiff gave me the radio.
Because it's a brownie camera, circa, holy shit, a long time ago,
In the way back
and
days.
it works. Although it's not very effective, I sure do like my camera phone better.
It's effective if you want the kind of photos that it takes.
Yes, that is no truer words have ever been said, spoken, or sorry, Luke. I digress.
No.
We were getting Brian a pot brownie, and you wanted bourbon, and I can do.
I'll have a little bit.
You still
All right,
have
that's fine.
bourbon.
All right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
but he could have more.
You know, this is supposed to go to the dead. Do you guys have enough to supply the downing party after this?
We can
Not
just
the
put
Donner
Why?
party.
We can just put
Oh, I want to talk about that.
All right.
Let's talk
I
about
want to
that.
talk
Yes.
about that.
Wait, the Donner Party?
Yes,
Oh,
it
that's
is time.
tragic.
Actually, I do. Absolutely 100%.
Let's build
And I'll
some
tell you
we can
why.
make him our best friend. Go ahead.
They've all had work this year.
We've all had work done. Wait, what?
I got a Canadian agent.
I mean, look,
I haven't had an audition. I've had the same agent for 6 years. I have auditions. I haven't gone to Georgia. I haven't been asked to be part of Zombie Orpheus. But I'll tell you what I have done. I presided over a full D&D wedding with all outcomes. And it was glorious.
With all outcomes.
Yes,
Does
I
the
had
DM get prima nocta?
because he asked me, "Can you,
prima nocta
as
with the
Flynn,
characters.
Oh, okay.
take this
Well,
through
role play.
so that we get either he's successful? So not only did I perform a marriage, I performed a eulogy, and it was awesome. And it was a request that came through twobards.discord.com. I'm gonna
Discord.twobards.com.
Sorry, just whatever it is. Can you
You
add
know
the
the
little
one.
ting? I'm
Well,
gonna
if
add the sound
you
effect.
say it right.
Sorry. Twobards.discord.com.
Nope.
What?
Discord.twobards.com.
Oh right, we host that one.
We host that one.
Sorry, I was thinking that it was the actual.
No, that would be a
Discord.
G. That
And
would be a
tape three.
.gg. Nope. None of this is getting edited. Because I have to edit
no,
it,
come on. We
and
gotta.
I'm lazy.
Just say, I can do this.
All right. You can do it, buddy.
We'll all have the shine moment.
Right.
Yeah, we got you.
If this is about that farmer, I totally thought it was no.
Take 4.
Shit. Two Bards. It's real bourbon. Discord.twobards.com. Ting. Okay.
You don't
great.
actually have to do the ting if you're going to add it later. It's
No,
like
no,
making,
no. It's better.
that
It's
way.
better.
It's like
better.
making lightsaber sounds, like while you're being filmed. Like you don't have to. They're going to add it in post.
Yeah, but Ewan McGregor did, and he's a better actor than any of us.
I have
Thank
the
you.
ding dong to add in post. I don't have ting. See? I keep it going. Thank you. Okay.
Brian's got a big thing, and he's gonna
I got a big
post.
thing.
This is what I
He
do.
has a ding
I
dong.
add
Add a
ding
ding dong
dongs
in
in
post.
post. Anyway, so
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Donner party.
Christmas.
God
Donner
bless us.
party.
Merry
Everyone.
Christmas. Donner
Donner
party.
party.
Just a sec. I don't have enough.
You just can't get enough.
Man,
No,
I've
and
been
it's
waiting
not
for this. This
taking me.
story. This has been eating at me.
It has not taken me long to
I've
get
been
here,
eating
and
a
I'll
bit.
tell you why.
Yeah. See, I got one of Andy's jokes for once.
See?
Hold it. That deserves.
It's on the internet, so it's real.
I still am behind at least 3 seasons worth of Andy's jokes.
So my question is if you prepare it properly, is human meat cannibal?
It's long pig.
Oh. So you need taller jars.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what Warren Ellis taught me.
Warren Ellis teaches us a lot of things.
But Warren Zevon teaches us the most important things in the world.
Savor every sandwich. Or enjoy
Sharing.
Enjoy every sandwich. Something about sandwiches.
Yes.
And,
Sandwiches are
and there are
good.
werewolves in London. I know that.
Yeah.
Awoo.
Awoo.
Ow.
So, what now? What is this? You were...
So I'm going to get to the whole Donner Party tie-in.
Yeah.
Before you guys came in, I was talking about what I'd done after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And after Thanksgiving, unfortunately, Jen's father had passed earlier this year.
Oh, bummer.
And to get all of her family from Nevada.
I am going to lean
And-
against you.
By all means.
Oh, now
And-
it's because you're talking it's not cool anymore? Please, continue.
Wanted to give you that one.
The holidays
I like
bring us
watching
together.
you continue. So we had a wake. Okay, we didn't have a wake because I'm the bad person. So they had a wake. They had a wake. They had a service. I showed up. The person who was supposed to take care of Ray, whom you met earlier this evening,
The dog.
the dog. Nope, Jen's still gone. So I will not name that it's her sister I won't name her. The person who was supposed to take care of the dog, the minute I showed up, their entire family left. To wit, there's a lot of harried moments of, we're going to Cabo in 2 days and we're going to leave our dog with the person who just left. We don't know what's going to happen. Her awesome brother, Jeff, whom I will name, who lives in Carson City, Nevada, said...
The capital of Nevada.
Yes. I will take Ray while you go to Cabo because... And we missed a golden moment. Because in 20 days, Jeff and his wife will be in Cabo. We could have synced up. But then we wouldn't have had a dog sitter. So, Jeff takes the dog.
Jeff the Saint.
The Saint. And Cynthia, his wife.
The Sinner.
Amazing. No.
No, I mean her nickname is Sinner.
Co-Saint.
No.
Yes.
Thank you to both Jeff and Cynthia.
Thank
You're
you,
awesome
Jeff
people.
and Cynthia. You are awesome.
Even though you will not see this.
They take... Probably not.
I
They
just hope
take
there's
the
no
dog.
cannibalism in this story, but go on.
They take the dog. We go to Cabo. We come back. Oh shit, the dog's in Carson City, Nevada. We're in Seattle, Washington. How are we gonna get the dog back?
I don't know.
Jeff's like, well, I'll drive up and I'll meet Scott somewhere in between Oregon.
This
You've
Jeff
already
is a
taken...
bitch.
I know. He's already taken the dog for a week and a half.
Rocks.
I don't think that we need to have Jeff. So, ultimately, which is the way I wanted it, I flew down to Reno, Nevada, rented a car, drove down to Carson City, Nevada.
Reno
Got
is the
the
biggest
dog.
city in the world.
When did I do this?
You ask?
Yesterday.
What?
At
What a
5
twist!
At 5 in the morning, I got my ass up. I went through. I have TSA pre-check. It wasn't printed on my pass, so I had to go through with normal people.
Like a chump.
That took forever. So 7:15 we fly. 9:15 we get into Reno, Nevada. I go down. I pick up the dog. I kvetch with the lovely, lovely Gillises who took this on.
Which we have already mentioned. Are
Yes.
wonderful human beings.
Benches.
And by
Jeff, Cynthia.
11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I started out from Carson City. Outside Donner Pass, I had,
A snack.
nay, not had,
He'll never make it to Breckenridge in this one.
required by law.
A hankering for flesh.
It is required by law in Donner Pass.
What I had to do was worse than having a hankering for flesh. I had to buy tire chains for the snowy pass.
Yeah, out of those two things, I think
Of 6
I'd
miles
go with kind
Human
of
of slush.
Yeah, definitely.
6 miles of slush. I live in the Pacific Northwest where snow comes by Armageddon style. It stops traffic in Seattle. There are downpours everywhere. I have crossed passes for auditions to Spokane for Z Nation that took 6 years. No, they only have 5 seasons. 5 years. I'll edit that out in post.
Sure you
Nope.
Nope. I'm a lazy fuck. Anyway, I know how to drive in the snow. I was forced to spend $120 on tire chains.
God.
Not the good Les Schwab kind.
No.
That you throw around, have a rubber band, go tink, and it's done.
No, these were crappy, like,
Cable
Lou
chains
Duncans.
from like the 1970s. Something just shy of chain link around the tires. Anyway. I stopped
like
in
some shit I
Salem.
would have done.
I stopped in Salem at
You
my
put
dad's.
the chains on and got dysentery. That's how old they were.
Carson City. Y'all Google it.
Y'all,
Y'all Google it. I'm picking up where Luke left off at the beginning.
is you Googling?
No.
Oh.
Southern
Yes,
drawl.
yes, the Googly.
The Googling, yes. Yeah, that's what we do. We Google.
That's exactly how they sound.
So, Carson City to Salem, Oregon.
Well, you have been in Georgia most recently.
Yeah, true. I have watched Walking Dead more than you have. That show.
Burn?
No.
All right, so Carson City.
So
I
Carson
think
City
that's
to
actually a
Salem.
cell phone.
Made it to Salem by midnight. Slept for 4 hours. Got up. Drove up here so that I could rent the car for 1 day. I drove from Carson City, Nevada to Seattle, Washington.
Did you get
Then I took 2 hours rest. Got ready for this podcast.
Oh, wow.
And if that's not a Christmas miracle, I don't know what one is.
No, please, sir. May I have another?
I don't know. Did
Another miracle?
Another miracle, please. I didn't
No,
like that
no,
one.
like, that's
I prefer
the
a
whole
different one,
thing. They
please.
don't, they,
No, that
brought
miracle.
to you by
I didn't-
1792 Bourbon.
I didn't
Please
care about that
sponsor
miracle.
us.
Good heavens, yes.
Oh,
Definitely
wow.
prefer a better
Very
miracle.
good.
Lagavulin didn't. Now's your chance.
Oh, someone
Seize
a
the
choir of
opportunity.
angels. Oh, I love that.
Oh, choir.
Oh,
That seems
well,
a bit much.
I mean,
maybe
maybe-
just a 4-part.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
but just
all right,
maybe just a bit of harmony.
Recorded choir of angels, one featured angel singer.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
So,
Fantastic.
and that featured angel is
Chris Angel.
boom. There we go.
Sold.
Where is he?
It does
No.
seem
He's
like it's
holding a
time for a
cracker.
cracker pull.
Look! There are 8 crackers in this shot.
It's like
Ooh, and
It's like
4
a
of them will be
tractor
pulled
pull.
right.
Oh, they're
wants
gonna
to
be.
pull
He
the
just
cracker?
doesn't know yet.
okay. So
Or
Brian
eight
grabbed
of them.
Andy's, Andy grabbed Brian's, Luke.
Grab. Yep.
Okay, wait a minute. All right. Wait a
I-
minute. Shouldn't
okay,
this be
so-
like a different person
No,
grabbing
No.
cracker?
So
no.
this way, each of us could potentially win twice or lose twice.
Correct.
All right.
1,
2, 3.
Ah!
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 So
I
was
got a
expecting-
measuring tape. What the fuck are you trying to say?
I was expecting something a little bit more poppy and cracky.
It was Poppy and Cracky.
You know, like that really catchy
so
song about doing crack.
Who doesn't
I
have
just
a
like
gift?
how long it took for my cracker to go off.
Who doesn't have a gift?
I have my my.
No, I don't. Great. I get the picture frame.
You got a robot
That's
arm?
not bad. I want my crown though.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't a robot arm.
So may I have one of those? No, it's a measuring tape.
Okay.
May I have the crown from one of those? You've got mine as well. Is it this guy?
I don't know.
Which one has the crown in it?
There's
I don't have a
Got
crown in mine either.
Got it.
Oh,
Well, I have
the
a crown, but I don't have a gift. I
Oh,
have an
yeah.
impossibly small crown for my
Oh, I think you're-
obnoxiously large head.
did
No,
Did you
keep
put the-
opening it. That's your gift.
Did you put the gifts
Oh,
in?
there we are.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause-
I didn't put them in. They came that way.
Okay, because it's a pair of nail clippers.
Oh.
That was the gift.
Oh, delightful. It was a nail clipper. that I
They gave
missed.
me a chore.
We are
Yes,
both
so then-
fat and unkempt, apparently.
Yay!
So then we
They
take.
knew.
But at least we're together.
Okay, we're taking off the other hats and we're putting on the crowns.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Because this is clearly.
This is what happens to start off Christmas Day in Brexit-plagued UK. Hopefully, God willing, Scotland secedes, which leads to Wales seceding, and Britain stands alone.
Is that what we're wishing for?
That's
were the
my
Fender
Christmas
Ride.
wish.
Yeah,
But not at the polls.
yeah, unfortunately, that is what we're wishing.
That is the best case scenario.
That is currently the best
Yep.
case scenario. Trump 2.0 got elected.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Boris Johnson.
I didn't know that Boris Johnson got elected.
He's
Yeah.
a fool. He's a shit.
Oh, hey, by the way.
But he's actually calculated this to make
Can
it
he
look
mess his
like
hair up? Can he mess his hair up? Yes, he can.
it's a bit. It's a bit.
Too
You know
much.
who won at the polls? Couldn't be bothered.
Jesus Christ, that makes me so sad. Sadder than the fact that my crown is broken trying to fit it over my head.
Which makes me very
Sorry.
Well,
To thee I bestow upon.
maybe Jill will come tumbling after.
I thought we were all going to get the color of our
It's
bourbon glasses.
Yeah,
It's-
that would have been.
It's a
practically
fish.
amazing.
It's,
No,
it's
no, no.
a
No, it's
bottle
I
opener.
think-
It's a keychain bottle opener. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, all right. So out of the gifts that came with the crackers, we got a measuring tape, we got a tiny picture frame,
A pair of nail clippers.
a pair of nail clippers, and the keychain. It's weird when the keychain is like the winner.
Is the
Yeah.
king? Yeah.
So basically, this is what they do. Like these companies do this to get rid of like surplus inventory and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So it's essentially like a dollar store grab bag.
Ah.
So I would just like to take
$50.
a moment to say I met both Brian and Scott on the same show, a production of Three Musketeers many years ago. It was delightful. I died a lot and fought a lot and somehow played the king, because why the fuck not?
I was almost.
Do you remember?
Do I remember which? The fight?
TMM.
Yes.
I remember.
Okay, great.
MSM.
And sorry, that's
Deli.
gonna say inside.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to know if after 9 years,
How could he forget?
Luke could remember.
But yes,
TMM.
TMM will still live with me.
That's 2006, dude.
Yeah, it's after
13
Too
years.
much
13
mulled
years.
wine.
it's after almost 14.
Yeah.
But
No.
the thing that I find really fun
Do you
about
remember
this,
original Xbox and George Bush?
Yeah.
is that one of the big things is that while
Xbox
we were
360, yeah.
costumed, let's just say we were costumed.
Yeah, we were.
I
We were definitely costumed.
yes. My pants were so poorly made that I ripped them.
Every.
One of 3 pairs at least once every performance.
You don't even have to be in a play for that. You just need to be poor.
It's true, but like I'm not talking about I ripped them along a seam. Like I tore out fucking let's just say thick thigh and back sections. I rent them. Not
The haunches.
Not split. Yes.
The haunches.
However, the biggest point of contention there was they bought hats thinking that we would all have very, very small heads. Or regular heads, let's say. And I did not, nor
Never
did Scott. And
Ever
Scott was
estimate regular heads.
no, it's a bad way to go.
Yeah.
So I ended up with the tiny hat that never fit on me and always fell off. And I just want to say thank you sincerely for replacing my broken hat.
In Three Musketeers, that
You're
would
very
be Le Petit Chapeau.
That is
Le
true.
Petit Chapeau.
Thank you for pronouncing French, which is my kryptonite.
And Chapeau is the birth city for me.
Chapeau.
Chapeau, Quebec.
Quebec.
Yeah.
There are more
Quebecois.
cities than Montreal and
Canadian.
Quebec City.
Uh,
There's one more. Chapeau.
Wow. Hold it, just a sec. I've been away from my computer for a while. 2 answers to the Bardic question of the week that you all knew was going to be Bardic question of the month. 2?
Are you shaming your audience right now?
No, I'm just questioning.
Congratulating
Just
and
everyone except for
confused
whoever.
and-
Well, I'm guessing James.
No.
No. Oh. Well, in fairness, James has been having
I'll give you
A
2
bad
more
time.
guesses. Yes, he has. That monitor's a piece of shit.
HDR
Punt.
is not ready for prime time, folks. I am going to be mastering this in Rec 2020 though, so it will be available in HDR. I'm not going to be doing that. That would be stupid. Maybe I will.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
If you're
I
watching
mean-
this in HDR,
James will never
Sorry.
notice the difference.
oh,
Sorry, James.
you know, in fairness, I came home today,
love you.
and well, I didn't come home today. I've been home all day.
Yeah.
I went into the I segment my. Anyway, shut up. So I walked into the computer area where we all
Stuff
have
happened.
computers
I'm
set up.
here. Story.
Yeah,
begins.
yeah. Story time. Okay. Thank you.
Saddle
God.
up, partner.
Why are you talking back? You're not even here yet. There's no audience yet. We're just recording this.
I know. It's really impressive.
Wow, guys.
They're like interrupting in the future.
Holy shit. Rob? Anyway. So I walked into the computer.
Gordy Duke says.
Anyway, I walked into the computer area, and Michael, who has the monitor that James purchased, and I think that's why James purchased it, because Mikey had a good experience with it.
Way to go, Elf.
He had a second monitor hooked up that was my old monitor, and it was flipping the fuck out. It was just like flashing and going crazy and shit.
Hold it. Michael did or James did?
Michael did. I don't think James has. Well, no, James does have 2 monitors.
Because I have James's old video card.
Michael was
So
flashing?
it's within the
This
realm
is-
of possibility
This is not gone yet.
that you would have James's old monitor.
No,
No. So Michael had your old monitor.
Michael had both Michael's new monitor and James's old monitor, and my old monitor is Michael's old monitor that isn't his new monitor. James has the new monitor that is like Michael's new monitor, but my old monitor was the one going crazy versus the new monitor, which is the one that was going crazy for James.
This story's
Right.
the best.
Okay.
This is when timelines merge and break apart all at once.
Yes, welcome to the multiverse of Two Bards.
Yeah, multiverse bards theory.
Yeah.
Everyone
I'm
is
Andy
related.
B. Parker, and
Wonderful reference. Thank you so much. If you
the
don't know
thing
that,
is, I almost
Good
forgot
night,
Andy for a
America.
second. I was like,
I actually lost the thread there. So you were talking about monitors, and then
So
why?
normally when they
and then
when
we
they
got
say
to
it's
the
a Gila
best
monster, it's actually a monitor
superhero
lizard.
movie ever.
Yeah, might be the best movie ever,
Possibly.
possibly.
Yeah.
My old monitor.
The mic drops.
We're talking about, of course, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. That's where the references were going. But yes, we were talking about monitors, and so yeah, they're a pain in the ass, is what we're getting.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody out there watches a lot of tech YouTube. There's a channel called Digital Foundry. They're fantastic. They do deep dive, really deep dive stuff on frame rate and things like that. They have basically started recommending that we go back to CRTs. Because CRTs don't have lag, they don't have pixel ghosting, they don't have any of the problems with modern monitors, and they've been playing games on CRTs, realizing that we didn't know what we had when we let it go. And so,
However,
Full
we did
circle.
realize we had 480p resolution.
well, no, these are monitors. So they're like this one that they were working on was like 2100 by 1600, so better than 1080p.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and widescreen. It was a Sony FW 900 or something like that.
I stand corrected, as is often the case.
Well, monitors and
I
TVs
sit
are very
erected.
different. So, but yes. So, that being said, let's all just fucking move back to CRTs. Fuck this shit. I'm sick of dealing with it. We're done. Also, DisplayPort and DisplayPort is great aside from the DRM, the copy protection. That's what's screwing all this up. All of this is because companies are idiots. Because anything that's actually copy protected only impacts people who pay real money for it. So
DisplayPort is why I'm having all my...
no, DisplayPort itself is great. DisplayPort with HD PC DRM is why you're having issues, because they have to secure the pathway between the display and your computer to ensure that no pirates are out there, because that's how people pirate.
Oh
They
my
pirate-
god. The pirates are looking at my screen?
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
No, it's ridiculous, and anti-piracy measures are the fucking worst.
Yep. Oh. I don't have a crown. I'm going to go back to my bard hat because my hair's a mess.
Oh,
I'm good. You crown to crown.
I think I'm
Have
still.
you heard of the term hat on a hat? Because you're literally.
I'm
embodying
literally memeing it.
it. Nice.
Are you crowning?
Oh.
I currently am.
Well, the bathrooms are right over there, man.
No.
You know what it is.
No, I'm not turtling. Crowd.
Crowning. He's pushing out, not...
I'm not turtling. I'm tortoising.
I'm
It's very dry.
It's dry
And ancient.
And ancient.
My hair's stuck to the chair. These chairs suck.
But so really, you know,
But so-
as we find ourselves in these conflicted times, it's always nice to come together with a bunch of fine folks and have a great evening.
But we have marrying to make do, so we should probably move on and get to some of our questions.
Oh,
Yes. So last week's Bardic question of the week, which I was very proud of. What is your best Christmas memory? Apparently, I feel sad for our listeners because only 2 people had, in all the multitudes of all the YouTubes and Twitches and Twitters and Discords, 2 people had best and we left best, I believe, to be pretty open-ended.
No, yeah. It could just be the most
Christmas memories. So 2 of our listeners have, quote, memories of Christmas.
Well, it's a very busy time, you know.
It is.
Very stressful time.
You just want me to
Maybe
read
they got
Well
really
done.
good drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
Okay.
People got some stuff. You got some stuff.
You got some
You have
stuff.
things.
And things.
Rival Guy.
Wait, Rival Guy had a great Christmas memory?
He did. Hey. And in fact, it's inspiring. In 2014, says Rival, I saw a man in the park kicking a soccer ball against the wall. So I joined him, and the 2 of us played soccer for a bit.
That's honestly really fucking
I
beautiful.
know.
That's
That is poetic.
Yeah. It's like trash
I
bag in the
believe-
wind, kind of beautiful.
yeah.
I believe.
I don't know. If you were kicking the trash bag in the wind, it might be different.
Yep, my belief was correct. I should have led with Rob McLennan's and finished with Rivals.
You always finish with a fine McLennan.
That's what I thought until I read this. Rob says, I think it was 1980 when my paternal grandfather said, "Screw my son and harpy of a wife, they're family," and came to visit us for Christmas. Love that old ham-fisted coal miner.
Do you want to hear my new definition of ham-fisted?
I
That's a
gotta be
callback.
honest. I honestly think
It is.
that's almost as beautiful.
That's pretty good.
It is. I didn't see the twist at the end.
Yeah.
I was blinded by what was currently in front of me.
No, and I
He was
completely-
blinded by slow reading because public school.
Yep. Oh yeah. Salem Public School.
I was blinded by blindness.
I was blinded by acid. Who knew?
So I will ask the questions, and
Okay.
the panel of 3 wise men
Ooh,
Or
is that what we
idiots.
are now? That's
will answer
We're a
the
magi
questions,
to be with.
unless I feel compelled to do so. The Potato Pope,
Hmm.
that is Dougie Sharp, says,
Hey, Dougie.
Hey, Doug.
I remember hearing something about possibly making a horror movie a while ago. What are your favorite horror movies?
Oh.
And what's your favorite horror genre? Parenthetical, probably would have been a better question around Halloween.
Yep.
I disagree. Christmas
Close
is a
parenthetical.
great time for horror.
Yeah,
It's actually
honestly.
the best time for horror.
Yes.
Traditionally, ghost stories were what we're told. That's where the whole like Christmas Carol thing came from. You sit around the fire, tell ghost stories. It's even in a song. I don't remember which one.
Old King Wenceslas looked out over
Oh.
the ghosts of
No,
Christmas.
none of that. No. Old King Wenceslas looked down on the feast of Steve.
With a ghost
Thank
named
you.
Steven.
Right. So no, but no, it's and scary ghost stories and
Yeah, sure.
Look
I
back to
apologize that I haven't been funny for the last couple of seconds. I've just been, earnestly thinking about the question.
Yeah.
you smell funny.
That's
So,
the
get it.
gears working, baby,
So the
My-
question is, what is your favorite?
Favorite horror movie and genre.
and genre.
So
There's subsets of
oh
horror
yes,
movies.
oh
Absolutely.
yes. Body horror. You got your Black Swan there.
Psychological
Psychological horror. You anything
Grisly
Cronenberg's body
horror.
Yeah.
Grizzly, yeah. You got
Okay.
classic suspense. So my favorite horror movies. I've got a few. Obviously, Alien is a fantastic horror movie. That's sci-fi suspense horror. Jaws is very similar.
Yep.
Also a great one. Newer movies though, The Clove Hitch Killer is fantastic. Go watch it if you can. John Hamm, Jesus Christ, everything's coming up ham. Well, it is Christmas.
I can't fucking believe that guy. He's unreal.
He's great.
So he plays a Royal Ranger counselor, which Royal Rangers is religious Boy Scouts. For those of you who don't know, I did it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I did it for about a year in 6th grade.
What denomination?
Hallowed be thy name.
$20. No, so it's your base Christian. So it's not like
No special fees.
no special, just
Yeah,
vanilla
just
Christian.
Just
So
NBC.
yeah, it's vanilla Christian. The wait times are horrible on the servers. So yeah, basically you lead with a prayer and their big thing is Matthew 7:12, which I actually can get behind. That's a good one. Matthew 7:12, of course, is do unto others as you would have them do unto you
Yep.
first, the law and the prophets. So you would go and you do that, and it was Boy Scouts. It was just Boy Scouts, but with Bibles. So Boy Scouts. Anyway, Clove Hitch Killer, fantastic suspense-driven movie. There's not any gore in it really. Amazing direction, amazing cinematography. The choice was made whenever they were framing the father or son, because they were like the Christian, like super righteous. They were completely like squared up shots. But there was a woman in the story who was kind of a catalyst. She was not Christian. But she was befriending the son. Whenever she was filmed, she was slightly skewed. The background and stuff was slightly skewed. Really cool, interesting thing, because you do feel like you don't notice, but your brain does. Thanks, Red Letter Media. So it was really good. Babadook.
Would that be?
It wouldn't be a Dutch
tilt.
tilt. Dutch tilts are like very
Yeah.
pronounced.
Yeah.
This would be more like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a 10-degree tilt. And it's not necessarily even the shot that was tilted. The background could have been tilted against the shot.
Okay.
So it was very cool. Very, very, very well done. The Babadook is another great one. Essie Davis is a tour de force Australian actress. She's in Sherlock Holmes Down Under, which is what is it called? It's Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries, I think is what the books are called, but it's Franny Fisher's Murder Mysteries. Fantastic show. But yeah, the Babadook is a great. I grew up an only child of a single mom, and that's the perfect audience to be scared at that movie.
Yeah.
So very good stuff.
I would suggest that my favorite horror films, with greatest respect to Jaws and Alien, Jaws I think is one of the best movies that's ever been fucking made.
Still haven't seen it.
Which is not a bold statement to make.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement to make.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to say this right now. We need to schedule a time for us to watch Jaws.
Absolutely.
Because I would love to.
We need to skip Downing's party and just go watch Jaws.
Yeah, honestly, I would
understand.
I would love to watch you experience that movie for the first time.
Oh, great!
Oh God!
I will tell you this though.
We have one of those things on the docket already. Actually,
That's true.
We have a standing.
I know.
With the Birdman for like 5 years.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, Jaws
What?
first, but
Yeah. Well,
Birdman's.
Have you seen
You're
it?
an actor.
Leave. You haven't seen Birdman. Leave.
Oh.
Anyway,
Jaws in a pool on a big screen.
yeah, I've done that. It's amazing.
Everyone did.
I peed before the pool. I was in my shorts. It was really embarrassing, but nobody cared because they knew we were watching Jaws in a pool.
I peed in the toilet like a grown-up.
Because he hasn't seen Jaws.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian, it's not like a grown-up if you need a seatbelt.
But I would suggest that my favorite horror films are ones that are sociological. My favorite horror films are, the original Romero, Dawn of the Dead, which I find hilarious that now is talked about as, well, what are you trying to say? That he had something to say about things? What do you think it was meaningful that he had a black guy in the middle of a piece about anti-consumerism?
Yes.
They probably just got the mall for free that day.
I
That's
mean,
probably why.
obviously,
There was no fake news.
there's clearly no messaging going on. God, I wish my movies weren't political anymore.
They are. They have been.
They always
will
have
be.
been. Star Wars was political before it was commercial.
Most of the politics are getting it made.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. But recently, I've really, really loved Jordan Peele's take on the horror genre.
Yeah.
I think it's been really
Social horror, I believe he coined.
no, absolutely. I mean, it's following that same
Or a social thriller, excuse me.
yeah, it's following that same mold, but it's been really specific in its targeting, and
I would have watched Get Out 3 times if I could have.
it's not just that it's brilliantly written, it's brilliantly shot. So much of the information in those movies is communicated through the visuals rather than the spoken narrative. And I'm a theater kid. I'm absolutely a give me 2 actors doing text. I don't need anything else. I just want to experience that.
So Saw should have been your favorite movie.
Except it wasn't written to that level. I would also say, just to acknowledge the theatrical element, I really love existential horror as well. To be really fucking basic in this, Waiting for Godot still touches me in ways that I don't know if I can express publicly. This concept of waiting for what is to come, what is expected and promised but never appears, I think is a really interesting rumination on the concept of a horror story. So I would suggest that those are my 2 favorite.
So this is a weird offshoot, but did you ever watch Kids in the Hall?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, of course.
Do you remember the
Comes
Godfather
out of my body and
skit?
on your plate.
That is existential horror, but comedically done.
Yes.
Oh, slipped my mind. Tell you what, though. Tomorrow I'll bring the Godfather. It's just, and it was, and I'll rent you a new one.
Yeah.
How does one consume Kids in the Hall now? Is it available somewhere for streaming or something?
I'd suggest on celery and peanut butter. It's just easier that way. I don't know.
Well, let me use the Google machine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
YouTube has like almost
Thank
all
you,
the
Scott and
episodes
Google.
out there, and I do believe Kids in the Hall is available on Hulu.
Okay. Cool. Is it my turn?
Oh
Yes.
please.
Okay.
It so is.
So I'm not a big fan of horror.
No network available.
I never really was a big fan of that. I mean, there are some movies that have stood out, but something. So I was trying to rack my brain of like a favorite, and something that I watched recently. So my wife has a thing about clowns because of the Tim Curry 1990s It.
Which is the scariest movie ever,
Yeah.
unless you make it all the way through.
Well, yeah. So it was the story. Which she's told several times. I don't think this is a secret that I'm not allowed to tell. Her older sisters knew what was going on and knew what to expect, and she's very young at this. I think she's 5, and so they had a history of dressing up as clowns, like their grandma did it, for instance, in parades and stuff like that. So the older sisters dressed her up as a clown, and they all sat down to watch it. And
Good God!
she lost her shit and was
Probably
in the bathroom
literally.
clawing the makeup off of her face and
I'm
crying.
glad she didn't also watch Poltergeist before that. Then.
So anyway, it's been a rocky road, but I wanted to watch the contemporary newer It,
Yeah.
the 2-parter, and so I was just like kind of like, yeah, would you want to watch with me? And like she felt there was enough, time that has passed, and so she was like, yeah, I'm not really into watching it, but I'll watch it with you. So we sat down and watched it relatively recently. And like I was,
That's what happened to your face. She
Ah.
clawed makeup on you. Okay.
And that was a really I liked that immensely. I mean, as much as I do like horror movies, which is not a lot. I don't really like horror, but I liked that.
Do you have your cup by chance?
I do.
Your mug.
Yeah, mug.
So funny story about your mug.
Oh.
Considering, so this is a reaction. Erin drew her reaction of me asking her to watch Running Man. So that's me asking her and enjoying her reaction, and then that is her reaction to it.
What?
She did not care for Running Man.
What?
She did not like it.
What is not to care for Running Man?
She hated the Dawson. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, okay, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually
absolutely well played.
Also, that guy from Family Feud. She didn't like him either.
I was curious about other holiday specials, so I actually have been listening to someone, and that story has actually been told on the holiday special a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's why I actually brought this
Oh, see, yeah.
So, I would just like to add one additional tangent on this. In terms of horror, I don't view the series as such, but it could be viewed through the horror lens. One Punch Man.
From everybody else that isn't him, yeah.
Well, no, but even for him.
Even for him, yeah.
I mean,
monsters, yeah.
His entire existence is he's worked to get this thing, and then finds it so wholly unsatisfying, and there's no way for him to
for the existential
regress. Yeah.
It's also a mini Kaizo.
Absolutely.
Like, these are little gigantic monsters.
Yes.
Like they're human-sized beasts of destruction.
It's just one. I just wanted to mention it because I think it's a great series, but B, like, I really love that it is such a well done contemporary deconstructionist take on stuff that's already been deconstructed so many times, and I think that's a really, really cool thing to watch.
It is.
One Punch Man.
Stranger Things. Next
Yeah,
question. Rob McLennan.
That's also his favorite type.
History Channel is whacked out theories. A&E is the cop channel. The CTV Sci-Fi Channel, formerly known as Space, shows generic action movies. Should channels be legally required to stick to the formats they originally pitched?
I would say that's a good question for 20 years ago. Today, I don't even TV. So, like, the originating area doesn't bother me at all. So personally, I don't care. I don't think that there should be a legal requirement for a channel's name to reflect its content. The bigger issue is there needs to be an easier way for viewers to cancel a channel by, the problem is, like, these cable companies buy these channels in packages and they pay for them in packages. So viewership doesn't really change how they're sold. They're sold as that package. That being said, I'm pretty sure all of those choices actually increased viewership, which is sad. But yeah, so basically, my take is no. A channel should not be legally bound to its name.
I would agree with that. I appreciate when perhaps the name is more ambiguous to be able to incorporate all different kind of walks of life, different kind of programming, things like
Fox.
that. Yeah, sure. I mean, like say for instance, I don't really like
sometimes Fox airs stuff that's true.
The History Channel.
Once in a while.
It's happened.
Can't hold them to that.
The History Channel has a lot of programs that wouldn't necessarily, in my opinion, be called history. So that's a bit of a misnomer.
Bro, yeah, you gotta understand.
I'm inserting the
Totally
Dude Bros
happened.
picture here.
Dude, right. So yeah, although I don't really necessarily like.
Yeah, you don't have to like it, but I don't.
But I don't think it should be regulated legally. No.
Yeah, there are other things I think should be regulated first. The one caveat to this: if you are a news channel, which is a special designation,
Yes, it is.
you should have to report facts.
Yes. Not ratings.
And when you
Fuck
are
CNN.
not, you should have to explicitly call out that this is an editorial
Yes.
rather than
Opinion.
news.
In fact, it should just flash at the bottom the whole
Opinion.
show. Opinion.
Yes. Without getting into that,
Because
which I think
that's
is
not the
has
same
been
thing.
the fall of civilization as a whole.
Got one more.
You go ahead.
Sorry about. Wait, hold it up. Before we deviate from that.
No.
Like a septum.
I've got one, but go ahead and deviate.
He's got plenty of chambers of these.
So, about news. I think you're absolutely right in what you've said about that. It should be have editorialized or opinion being flashed. Also, I don't think that news channels, 24-hour news channels, should need to be 24 hours. I mean, if there's not any kind of news to report on, then let's just not have the channel going on. Let's not be needing to have news all the time when there's really not news, and sensationalize things that's not news.
Boy heavens, I agree that capitalism is a broken and flawed system and should be dismantled from its core.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just a sec. This just in. Weather is happening across the globe.
Not weather.
To be continued.
Film at 11 and 12 and 13.
No, I agree, though. I feel that news, while it shouldn't be run from the government, should be treated like a utility. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a public service.
Yep.
Holding everything to account and just speaking accurately about what is happening. It has never been that fully, but I think it was much closer. It was much closer.
Yeah.
At times, but it's never fully realized.
I have a hard time thinking of a good example of true journalism in this day and age.
It doesn't exist.
This day and age doesn't exist.
No, I think true journalism does exist. It just exists outside of this country, for one.
Amen. And on very small platforms.
And on very small platforms.
Yeah.
There are real journalists. Yeah.
For instance.
Yeah. BBC has some sensationalism, but they still have
It's
some
closer.
reporters.
Yeah.
AP has some actual... I mean, basically the way you know whether or not your reporters are good is, are they poor? Then they're probably pretty good.
Is there gunfire in the background?
Yeah. Well, even that's been faked so much these days.
But BBC...
Yes, thanks, Geraldo.
BBC, to their credit...
Not that it's your fault, but...
Because I listen to NPR now, because I'm a man of a certain age. They will basically call out when it's not, these are facts. It's like, this is a comment, this is an editorial, this is someone's opinion.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what,
that's fine.
That's what I asked.
Yeah. Just call it what it is.
In regards to the idea that
New favorite horror film.
No. Back to should a brand of a channel remain adherent to what that is? No, because brands are all bullshit, and it's just a marketing ploy to get you to watch stuff that they think you'll like.
Yep.
You know how I know brands are bullshit? You can play Sonic on Nintendo now.
Boom.
Take that, Kardashians.
Hammer.
Oh shit, YouTube just took us down again. I said Kardashians.
That's my fault.
I thought you meant Cardassians.
Yeah.
I meant Dash.
Space Nine.
You remember when Star Trek wasn't political?
Nope.
The whole Bajoran Cardassian thing?
Do you remember when Star Trek wasn't political? Yes. It was called Enterprise and it sucked.
Except the episode where they all went evil.
Truth.
That opening credits, where instead of humanity's technological achievements and exploration being highlighted, it was just, look at how much better we've gotten at killing each other. It's a really cool thing for the evil.
For the evil episode. And aside from when they added the weird rock guitar in seasons 3 on, even the theme song was... It's been a long time.
I'm really glad that I missed this.
Here.
Wow, I didn't know Nickelback was on Star Trek. Okay, getting us back on track.
Boom.
James Peters has a follow-up question to the aforementioned, should they be required to stick to the formats?
Hit me, James.
And I believe James has already given his opinion to that question. And if so, what should the punishment be for deviating from their stated content? Which I believe we've all just answered, which is there should be no punishment. They're free to do so.
But if there was...
My answer to that question is the HBO version of Watchmen.
I think they should have to explain themselves
No spoilers.
to a digital version
Not
of Mr.
one.
Rogers.
Okay.
Not one. It's just, I did not think, I expected to hate this.
Yeah.
Watchmen.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I expected
to
to
as
be infuriated watching the first episode and my roommate turning it off 30 minutes in because I was yelling too loudly at the television. Because that happens sometimes.
Like at the end of the Watchmen movie.
He's a very amiable fellow. I don't see that happening, but apparently it does.
I
Okay.
do.
No. He just doesn't want to hear me keep yelling because he's amiable.
No, I was talking about you.
Oh, okay.
I knew what he was talking about.
You
and
don't
I'm
know me
still
very
saying-
Oh, no.
He's admunsenable.
Yes, that's very true.
Hold it. Just a sec.
Okay.
Watch that not happen.
Fair enough.
But I'm an adult, and I'm going to sit here and not respond to that. So,
I know.
but this has been such a beautiful addition to that universe. It's taken all the commentary that I feel an outsider, as a British gentleman, Alan Moore was, commenting on the American experience throughout the 60s and mid-80s, and has instead brought real American issues into it, specifically our history of racism and how that's impacted our country. And I didn't expect any of that. So I am so glad when a product deviates from what I expect and is able to deliver something else on top of it.
100%.
Surprises you in a good way.
Yeah. 100%. And that one does.
Yeah. Now, I agree that it is really frustrating when you are expecting something and it doesn't deliver. I completely understand that feeling, and I'm not trying to minimize that. But I appreciate the that 1% surprise so much that I will not disallow the 99% disappointment.
1% surprise? Is that like getting a pony and a yacht at the same birthday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Buckminster Fuller said. I think that's a quote.
Well, you know, whatever. Fuck that guy and his nanotubes.
And on that note, Dougie Sharp asks, going off my ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? Question from last time. When you're doing voiceover work, have you ever run...
We can all answer this question.
What?
I'm going to correct your grammar there, Dougie. Have you ever run
Thanks,
into
Dad.
a situation where you've pronounced one way? Well, it's germane to this exact question.
All right.
Don't you mean Germani?
Germantic?
Where
Germantic.
you've pronounced one way and the director wants a different pronunciation. Has that ever occurred to you? B, do you agree with the different way?
So this is the 1.21 gigawatts moment, right?
Gigawatts?
So it is apparently correctly pronounced gigawatt.
Yes.
However, that was the original pronunciation. Language is a moving thing. It's a living thing. And it is now definitely gigawatt. Thank you, computers. Giga is how we've chosen to pronounce that. Just as no matter how much the guy wants it to be GIF, more people choose GIF.
GIF. Choosy choosers choose GIF.
I give zero shits about GIF. I know what you're talking about, and that's all I need. So do whatever you want, but don't give me the choosy programmers choose GIF thing, because one, that's a peanut butter and
You
it's
mean
spelled with a
don't
J.
GIF me?
It's peanut butter and it's spelled with a J, so fuck you. Two, programmers don't get to fucking choose this. It's a graphic design thing.
Yep.
And three, I don't give a shit if the guy who created it says GIF. Just call it what you want. Call it what you're comfortable with. Anyway, so along those lines, yeah, I mean, I've not known how to pronounce stuff in a voiceover before. Like, so I did a Seattle Mariners commercial once, and I know about as much about baseball as most baseball players know about not beating their wives.
Come on,
so-
now, that's football.
Oh, that's football. Baseball's pretty...
They football.
Oh,
but
right,
they were
right.
Supposed to ride
Sorry,
an elevator.
sorry. As most baseball players know about getting into the record book without enhancing drugs.
There you go. Fair point.
So,
Still a dated reference, but I allow it.
everything. What? Oh, they banned it. Surely that ended it. So, I have no idea how shit's pronounced. So, like, that looked like Kano to me. It was Kano. Like, all of their nicknames were pronounced in a stupid way. Do I disagree? No, it's how it's pronounced. The director, they're the customer. They get the choice. So absolutely not. I will pronounce it however they like every single time. That's not my choice to make as an actor unless I think they're mispronouncing it. Okay, a good example of this in reverse is I've always said biopic. It's biopic, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
It's not biopic, but biopic sounds so much cooler. It's like myopic, biopic, you know? So...
Well, it depends upon what you're talking about.
I'm talking about a biographical picture.
That's a biopic. But if you're talking about 2 points of an optical reference, that's a biopic.
That's bioptic.
Right.
Optic?
Yep. But biopic sounds
Saucy.
so fucking cool. That being said, I would definitely say biopic in a voiceover session. I would if a director said say GIF, I don't say GIF. I say GIF. I would say GIF for the session. The director gets the say. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I really have nothing else to add there.
Right.
That's the way it works. You're a meat puppet, but we can add 3. I'm sorry, 3. Or that. But also, I would suggest that that's not the things that you fight for as an actor. You don't argue about pronunciation. Like
Motivation, yes.
intent,
Yes.
delivery, what you're feeling, like
Temperature of the scene.
temperature of scene, relationships.
So
Like these are the things that you fight for, not over something as basic as okay, fine, it's a GIF.
I have an example of this that I think most people have seen. Maybe not you, Mr. Never Seen Jaws. You've seen the Matrix.
What?
You've seen the Matrix.
What's that mean?
Okay, cool. So in the movie,
It's
Keanu
a film
Reeves
with
is the Matrix.
with Kino Revs.
Yes. In the movie, Lawrence Fishburne's The Matrix. There's a scene where Cypher says this line about the construct program working for the Matrix, and the way he emphasizes it is very odd. The construct program works for the Matrix, or something along those lines, which, if it had been set up with a different sentence, would have made total sense. That's a place where I would have fought. I would have been like, this makes no sense. However, what probably happened is there was another line and it got cut in editing.
Yep.
That's actually probably what happened. But now, Brian, I know for a fact you've had to say a lot of shit that is just out of your wheelhouse in terms of, like, you're a gamer, but you're not like the psychotic kind of gamer that like Tyler and I are.
Yeah, sure.
So he would tell you stuff to say, and you would say it the way he told you, and it turned out great. And that's why you do it. That's why you say things the way your director says, especially if you don't know, if you're not like an expert on it. If you're the one time I corrected someone was on a tech shoot. I was doing a line about tech, and the director was a director. He wasn't a tech guy, and there were no tech guys there from the company. And I was like, well, it's pronounced like this.
Yeah.
And that was one time because they didn't know, you know, and that wasn't a fight. That wasn't a fight. They were like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Right. Yeah.
So for something else you might have seen, where I think what Andy's point there is directly speaking to is The Big Short. The sequences when you have these actors speaking very eloquently and very specifically about the way economic markets work. There's no way that they have any fucking clue about this stuff. There's no way that they have personally researched this to that level of understanding.
Sure.
That's something that has been written, and they have been told how to talk about it in a way that is understandable.
Yeah.
And that's why you say yes to the director.
Yeah. I can think of a lot of situations where I, as the layperson, had not run into this word before, and so had mispronounced it or emphasized the wrong syllable or something like that, or said it incorrectly and then corrected. No, you're supposed to say it like this. And then, oh, great! Like you just say the word the way it's supposed to say it.
Supposed to say.
Yeah, I mean, like I can't think of a single situation where I'm like, no, it needs to be pronounced this way.
Anyway, thank you, Duji Sharpay.
Yeah.
No, wait, was that Dougie? Or
Yeah.
was that okay? Good.
Thank you, Potato.
Potato.
Papa.
Potato.
You say potato, I say potato because nobody says potato.
Nobody ever.
Ever.
Have you
History of
ever
anything.
encountered
I mean,
someone to say
fuck.
potato?
Oh, have a potato pancake. No one's ever said that.
I'm going to now.
Not even somebody named Basil has said that.
Yeah.
Feel the wrath of his bones.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The only time that ever happened to me was doing medical voiceover work.
Now Scott will fight anybody anywhere for anything, so let's keep that
Emphasis is something to argue over.
on the wrong syllable.
On the wrong syllable, and pronunciation is not. But one of my proudest points was when the client is listening via the phone to me doing the voiceover work for their commercial. And they had to double check to make sure that I was pronouncing it right.
No,
Am I
he's not good at
pronunciating this right?
pronunciation.
And I was, because my mother's a nurse, was a nurse. Jen is a physician assistant, and I have heard plenty of medical terminology.
Right.
So in the mitochondrial troponin components of that I had to spout off,
Yeah.
I was very proud of myself for making them second guess their own product.
We really think this is going to move it. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of
But-
the cell.
But as
Myotrophic
Andy,
lateral sclerosis was
SE.
mine, where I would have audience members say, "Is that really how that's pronounced?"
yes, but yeah, absolutely. If you are being paid to do something and they want the syllable emphasis somewhere else, you do it because they're giving you a paycheck, and it's not you; it's that company or that product or that director's ass on the line, and you can say, I believe it's emphasis.
Yeah.
And if they're like, no, it's emphasis, okay.
And sometimes they're going to just do what you said anyway. Like Quentin Tarantino letting that whole fucking entropied through when they meant atrophied. She said entropied, and that's just stupid. And they put it in a fucking movie because he just wanted to suck her feet. Anywho. What's the next question?
James asks.
Oh, hold on, we got some noise. What's going on? Oh, no worries.
Absolutely nothing's going on. There's no one back there behind the camera.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Ray,
hate that
stop it. Y'all,
Y'all.
which is a new word for James's vocabulary. Y'all
He's
ever feel
Americanizing
the
well.
desire? I know. Y'all ever feel the desire to purchase? I just like saying it because I'm raspy, recovering from bronchitis. Y'all ever feel the desire to purchase things you don't really need?
All the fucking
Within,
time.
yeah, no shit. Within a specific, come to my house. Within a specific genre, like tools or kitchen appliances. Yes, yes. I mean, I have this hankering to purchase spell cards for D&D 5th edition.
Which you should
But
do.
honestly, the last time I played was the Air D&D experience last year. That'd be 2018. Just something about the improved organization draws me to them. Kitchen gadget, tools.
Yeah. For me,
Computer shit.
it's controllers. I buy
Yeah.
controllers all the time. I've got a shit ton of controllers from 8-Bit Dough. I love controllers. I can't explain it. I just fucking love them. I use like 2. I have 2 that I use, but I've got like different ones for different scenarios that have never fucking happened. I love controllers. I purchase them way too often.
I don't have that issue myself. I am most of the time relatively frugal, and I kind of like. Well,
I know. I
do
got my
need-
Christmas gift.
do I need this thing? And if the answer is no, then generally I don't purchase it.
When you give soup, leave it in the can.
Fair enough.
You're just putting it out there.
Okay.
Do I have the impulse?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think we all have the impulse.
The desire.
The crow mentality. Shiny, put it in my nest.
Absolutely. I execute on it very rarely. The last time I can remember I did this.
Excuse me.
No, comic books I need because I use them.
Yeah, well, okay.
That's part of the zeitgeist,
I used
all right?
a controller once.
Yeah, no.
How am I going to be a relatable fellow without an
And-
automated comic book?
And to be fair, most of the comic book splurge purchases, if you will, outside of the I want this so that I can continue reading it, is I need to rebuy this because I lent it to someone and that
did
asshole
return
never
it.
returned it. And I
Sorry.
need that back so I can continue reading it.
I've told
Actually,
you, I lost
anyway,
the Watchmen.
they're
I'm
all right
sorry.
there.
You're totally
So-
fine. No, that's not directed at anybody. And actually, weirdly,
I returned
Jacob
mine.
Jess's girlfriend returned 3
Which?
trades to me just this last Thursday.
Way to go.
Current girlfriend or
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Lauren. Thank you,
Okay.
Lauren. That was very, very, very delightful.
She'll never see this podcast.
Maybe she will.
No chance. But the last thing that I bought that was totally splurgy, and I had a run of it that was buying random shit that I don't need, was I saw online Lego miniatures of the original Ghostbusters.
What?
And I said,
Okay, but what did you buy that you didn't need?
well, yeah. Well, I bought that because I needed it.
Right.
And then I started seeing all of these other
Okay.
figures that had been made into Legos. And I bought a
Wally.
shitload of them. No. But like, and they were all really specific, like really specifically geared toward me. It was like Hal Jordan as Parallax with a yellow lantern ring.
Please tell me that cost $28.14.
It cost $4.
Oh, okay.
28.14 would have been appropriate though. Good lord, I would have paid it. And
Just
this
for the joke.
and this culminated in me buying a Lego Voltron, old school Voltron. You can put them all into the 5 original Lions, or combine them all into Voltron.
So,
with the blazing
Wow.
sword.
I do
and
wanna
it's
bring up-
pointless and stupid, but it was delightful.
And now it's yours.
We
Yes.
live in a world, by the way, where I believe there is a Stranger Things Lego set.
Yes.
Which means, finally, there is Lego Ego.
Lego, my Lego.
Lego Man, Lego Ego.
I can answer this question for all 4 of us. Matthew Hunt asks, read any good books lately?
Nope.
Nope.
Yes.
Calculating Stars and its sequel by Mary Robertson Kennett. Also spinning
Okay,
silver.
you're no longer asked back as guests. The appropriate answer is no.
I'm afraid we're readers. I apologize.
He's a reader. I just purchased to read, of all things, a couple of Robin Hobb books, which is so
Oh.
funny that I haven't read any, considering we work with Kat so frequently. Yeah, like I'm going to start that, and I also bought a couple of when she died. I bought some Ursula K. Le Guin books just because I've been meaning to forever. My problem with reading is I like the really heavy shit, but I hate starting it because I know it's going to be heavy.
Fair.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, I ain't got time for that.
Fair.
Maybe later.
That series, those multiple series, those trilogies and one that has 4 books, is the one that I recently have completed.
The Robin Hobb.
Yeah, the Robin Hobb.
Did you know? So down by where we film our stream, so it's Freight House Square in Tacoma.
And
Oh,
Seed of
Metaverse.
Tacoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were filming a stream. Sorry.
I am right now.
Right.
You just can't see the stream.
No, I can't. Don't cross it.
By the way, don't soda stream it. It's terrible. So there's
But
keto. Just past, if you're heading up the hill, just past the tracks, there is an amazing used bookstore.
It's the best.
It's the best. And there's
Fuck me.
there is a Robin Hobb section, which is amazing.
Wow.
Now,
bunch
is,
of-
is this at Freight House Square?
It's not in the square. It's
Okay.
outside.
It's one block
It's one block up
and a couple blocks over.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It is a destination used bookstore.
It's
Nice.
the stacks are like super narrow, so like my fat ass gets to like brush up against stuff while but it smells like an old bookstore. There's like a bunch of old people in it who are just they've spent their lives hating everybody. It's fantastic. I love it.
Cool.
And there's a German burger place and a soul food restaurant. Those are 2 separate entities that are right next to
I
it.
wanted catfish schnitzel.
I know. yeah.
There are a lot of places
Hamburglar?
that I want to eat around Freight House Square. A lot of like the smells.
There are places
in
in Freight House Square
Yeah,
that are
exactly.
amazing. Like there's a burger joint in there that we actually just There's a great Thai place. It's pretty cool.
Oh, what was the Thai place
Sometimes
in
we should go to Alfred's.
Okay.
West End?
Weston?
Was it West End? No, West Thai place, Tacoma.
Oh.
It used to be on Tacoma Mall. That was the first one.
Oh yeah. So
My favorite Thai place is...
Lele's, the Vietnamese place, is still at Freight House Square.
Okay.
And
There's a Thai place.
Lele's, which used to be the Thai place, is now on Proctor.
Because that was in Hilltop. But it was the something and the something 2.
Hilltop Quickie.
One was just south of Tacoma Mall.
It's
and
Wendy's
Wendy's.
and Wendy's too.
Oh,
Wendy's,
okay.
Wendy's is still at
Freight House.
Freight House.
Okay,
Oh,
yes. So
that
yeah,
place
there's
is-
Hilltop Quickie and Hilltop Quickie 2 as well.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. If you're vegan, holy shit. It's vegan
Unreal.
soul food.
Unreal.
Incredible. And then MSM, of course.
Magical Sandwich
Arguably,
Makers.
Quickie 2 has arguably the best greens I've ever eaten.
They are
And
fantastic.
I lived
And no
with a
bacon.
black woman who grew up in Georgia and was 80 years old when I lived with her for 7 years. She made some goddamn good greens. And I will say that Quickie 2's vegan
SJ
greens,
raised the roof.
booyah. Freddie Mae, love ya. And I would say that Quickie 2 is right on point with that.
Nice, huh?
So, we've gone from books to food. Anyway,
Well,
that's where
that's
the
how
two
it goes.
bards go.
Also, N.K. Jemisin's Broken Earth trilogy. Read that shit as well.
Are we at 2 hours now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get moving.
Clive Cussler, it's always a plus for me. Okay, so I believe I'm going to end this one. We'll see if someone ends it before me. What kind of wood did the bards think about this week?
I don't know how to answer that.
Birdshine might. No. Obviously, the wood I thought about was pine. Because I had to put this stuff after cutting it down. I am an environmental disaster.
My answer will rhyme with pine. Luke?
Poplar.
Burnt.
It's all a popularity contest.
And on that note, mine. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year.
Happy New Year. Holidays.
All the best to you.